Hey, I'm Kev, welcome back to TT Other Man Ride on the Edge. Last time out, we had an up and down visit back to the mountain course through sections 4 and 7. But now, we're headed to Castle Ring. Haven't really been there for a mass start event. One race, 3 laps around the 5.5 kilometre long circuit. And we get 4.5 grand if we win, so let's do that. And we've got quite a few choices for Supersport bikes. I've been doing some shopping, as we got the Triumph Daytona and the Kawasaki to choose from, along with the Honda and Yamaha. So let's go with the Kawasaki, shall we? So here we are, revving up at the start in seconds. Let's get underway with a little wheelie, but not as bad as the pole man, as you do take the lead for the first time round Castle Ring. Not bad at all, but generally you want someone to follow around here. As we go into tight right-hander, is it? It is. You can see the pole man takes back the lead as we go under the trees. Kicks the leaves in our face, but we're unperturbed by that. As we lift through the left-hander, thought it's a slow corner coming up. Because you see the tyres, that kind of helps to indicate it's a slow corner coming. And through the right it is, as all the back end try to swing round there. We accelerate away on this very fast Kawasaki in a straight line, approaches speed 140 miles per hour as its maximum, much quicker than the Honda and Yamaha we're used to, even quicker than Triumph Daytona, which we've also bought, as we go through the chicane. Actually gained on the leader slightly. And he's really slowing down for the right as he'll kick up the dirt on the inside there. Still upright though. And look at this, we've got a perfect tour guide here. Follow around this circle on this open out just to learn it. So we've got a slow right. And accelerate away through these country roads again. There's massive windscreen on this Kawasaki. It does feel like this windscreen's wrapped around us, a bit like what Indigo have been testing. It's all been looking down the inside and there for a very comfortable on this opening of that. We can make a move on our tour guide. Wonder where everyone else is. Can't really hear anyone behind us. He's slowing down for the left. Let's do that. There's another hairpin, is it? It is. Into the right. And accelerate away. And across. Start finish line onto the second lap. Around the 2:05 was that opening there. So let's see if we can chase down the lead on this second lap. And hopefully make a move as well on this lap or the final lap. I'm not sure I have the confidence around here just yet to do that, but this track really does remind me of an old French Grand Prix circuit, which used to be raced in the 50s and 60s as well. And that is Reims. Because basically that was country roads, slipstream central that race, punctuated by very tight corners. It's a very long circuit, very fast circuit as well. And one of a number of circuits hold the French Grand Prix during the official F1 World Championship early years, the 50s and 60s, alongside the likes of Rouen, which is one of my personal favourite circuits of all time, or F1 circuits. And you've also got even the Bugatti Le Mans circuit that held a Grand Prix in 67. Not many people were very impressed by it though. I think it was Jack Brabham was the most vocal about being unimpressed with basically what was a go-kart circuit for Grand Prix cars. I wonder what he would think of modern Grand Prix circuits then. Let's go through a very fast section there. Need to slow it down a bit more. So we're really not chasing down the leader. You also have Clement Verne. Not very good at my pronunciations, I apologise. So yeah, the number of circuits holding French Grand Prix back in the day. Of course now we've got Paul Ricard this year. Very interesting to see how the F1 cars go around now after watching Formula Renault around there in recent years. Of course, they saw the prologue the WEC, their test recently. Having raced round it as well, and raced them. They're not interpretation of modern F1 cars, but their kind of dream modern F1 car. It's a very challenging, so very technical, and I'm not sure it will lead to much passing. It'll probably be a very dull race. But hopefully F1 can prove me wrong. I'm sure F2 and GP3 will. But for F1, because so aero dependent, it's not really made to be passing circuit for them, but then they seem to be making passes everywhere this year, so we'll see. As we go through the chicane. In this circuit, I'm enjoying it, even with all of these slow corners. Just for it being very quick on this Kawasaki, so the leader just buggered off into the distance. Got some more wounds on our windscreen as well. But we're holding a very solid second in this final lap. Just easing the bike through the corners. Looks like a very short race as well, 3 laps. Would have liked it to be 5 or more. I could really maybe have worked my pace around it. Go through that chicane, that's a high speed chicane. Get hard on the power as you go through the streets. And we've got to slow it down for the left-hander coming up. Get it down to 4th. And get it down to 1st for the final corner. Taking a wide line here. Then across the line. I'll take that for my first race round there. I believe it's the first race round Castle Ring. First lap, 2 minutes. So we've got lots to improve on. And we're 9.5 seconds back from our fellow Kawasaki. Definitely the bike to have round here. As there's an all Kawasaki podium with Johns in 3rd ahead of the Yamaha, a couple Hondas, Yamaha, and the Triumph Daytona. Glad we didn't pick that bike then, finishing in last. And now we're going to take part on board the Superbike, as we've got our usual Honda and our EBR. So should we go for... We've driven the EBR quite a lot recently. Should we go back to the Honda? As we're against the Suter. Couple of BMWs and a couple of fellow Hondas and a Kawasaki in again an 8-person field. Let's see what we can do. So we are revving up at the start in 4th. We're going to get a good getaway on like 2nd. We may be holding up a couple of riders as we do take that position. And it's like the Suter's getting away from us in front. Oh, a bit slow through the left. But then we're being a bit cautious into the right. It's opening up. Let's see if we can chase down the Suter, do the impossible. It may just become a mirage as this race goes on though. Let's go through the right. Clip the inside though. It's a very sloppy corner and there is the Suter getting away from us. Go into the chicane, drop down to 3rd, do we? No, just get ahead of 2nd. Very aggressive. But then you got to remember one thing. Our opponents are idiots. They don't actually realise you're there. So, we want to try and stay ahead of them, not get engaged in a battle and then just cruise around in 2nd for the rest of this race. Just like we had for the Supersport race. Let's go through the hairpin. So we're pulling away, but we're in the second half of that now where we weren't as confident on the Supersport bike. Maybe we're a bit on the Superbike. Let's go through the fast chicane. And through the left, a bit wide. Do not clip the pavement on the inside. Does seem to be a bit better though on the Superbike. Just drop down the gears. Go through the left, get that down to 3rd and definitely brake for the final corner. Get it down to 1st. As we cross over 52 it looks like. Or 53. That's around 15 seconds quicker than we did on a Supersport bike. Absolutely scary difference. Over 5.5 kilometres.
It looks like we're holding on to second. Unfortunately, the Suter is in another plane. And it looks like to us is absolutely just flying away. But that is a much quicker bike. And you can perhaps see why we want that bike so much, why we're saving up for it. Just need to do a Suter Invitational. Might need to go back to the event invite, see if there's one available so we can get that bike. So brake for the chicane. Forgotten how terrible Superbike brakes are compared to Supersport. Go through the right, clipping the dirt. Compromises for the left. We're still holding on to second. Here, our opponent behind us. We're not making the move yet. So around halfway through the race now, through the right-hander. Going to be doing a good job here on board our Honda. It's not as good as the EBR bike. I had forgotten about that. As I said, under the brakes, absolutely terrible. But the EBR engine braking's damn good when you're using it. Braking. Just don't clip that baby on the inside. Kind of searching through that left right there. Need to be much more confident on the final lap. As you dad the brakes, get down to third through the left. And down to first for the final corner. Clipping the apex. And that's around 1 minute 50 that lap. As we go on to the final lap of this race. Been over in a flash, it feels like. Feels like we just started this thing. At least it's gone to plan. I know it may be a bit boring, but seriously, our opponents are idiots. You'll see that in the outtakes at the end. How many attempts it took just to avoid them and not get engaged with them. Because Kiloton didn't bother to program them to actually perceive that you're there, it feels like. They just program them to battle amongst themselves. Which is always smart when you have mass start events like this, in which you actually need them to be able to see where you are. So go through left and right. So yeah, Kiloton still need to work on that massively. Or just take mass start events out of this game, just have it for online, and then make every event a TT event. Because otherwise, what is the point of having AI like that? I probably won't be doing that now. Maybe if they make another one of these other man games, once they have more licenses maybe, for more road racing events, just make a road racing game. No, with the official tracks, that would be cool. Could maybe chuck in Macau as well. Sounds like we've got our opponent right in our arse on this final lap. So you've got to be careful heading towards the final corner. To go for the right-hander. Nice and smooth with the power. As they were on our arse. They had quite a bit of the trilly train there. We do take second behind the Suter. Look at that. 46-1. We can only dream of the lap times on board that Honda. We've got a couple of BMWs. And then the Kawasaki as well in fifth of Claude King. Right behind Philip Smith by just over a tenth. And then we've got BMW and a couple Hondas in last. So it's our first time, I believe, round the Castle Ring track. Actually a pretty decent track. Just not in mass start event form. Maybe in TT form. Like we got next time out around the Tyrone track. Don't think we've been round here as well, as we get a massive first place prize, 15 grand if we win this event, difficulty level A. But we've got 3 races and 3 laps to survive around this 3.12 kilometer circuit. Another short one on board our Superbike. Maybe we get a different Superbike next time. So we've ridden the Honda. As you've seen, it's not that good. The EBR is better, but still don't feel it's amazing bike. Maybe need to get an upgrade next time out. Find out if we do. South watching. I'll see you then. Now I'm guessing that's a tight corner in front. It is a right-hander. So drop back down to second. What? It is. Idiot. So that's very wide.
top that idiot.
And then stop braking very early for the right. Oh, there you go.